Wazacz is with me, the CEO of Travelex, with me from London. Sir, good to see you.
Good evening.
The company is turning round slow but sure, but I ask, turning round towards what?
So we've seen, the first thing is, as you pointed out, we're very much a function of how people travel around the world. So we're seeing global travel returning to what we saw before the pandemic, which is fueling the recovery of our company. In terms of what the world is going to look like, I think the talk about the world moving to digital and people giving up on physical cash completely is it's not going to happen for a long, long time. In fact, we don't think the use of cash for travel money requirements and travel money needs of customers hasn't reached its peak yet. So what we're seeing specifically in emerging markets is that though the use of cash is slowly declining, and very slowly, the amount of people traveling, the percentage of people traveling is going up massively. So the overall volume of international cash is getting bigger.
That's just moving. That's just getting new customers to do the same thing. What I'm interested to also is, as between, for example, your wholesale business, delivering cash to currency, to companies, to institutions and to central banks, versus the consumers, people like me, sort of getting some cash in the hand. How does it balance out for the future?
So if we look at retail, absolutely, we need to start, and we will be developing a much more omni-channel approach, offering customers both a digital and a physical solution. A lot of people in the world still want a physical solution, still want to touch cash. You travel in the Middle East, which I did recently, and you'll see that most people want to change cash for cash still. So the usage of ATMs to do FX exchange is still very low in the Middle East because people still have a preference for physical cash. However, we do need to start bringing in digital solutions to let people self-serve. So when they turn up at the airport, in the same way when you go to a supermarket or you go to a check-in, you can do it yourself nowadays. We need to let people start self-serving themselves and allowing themselves to choose how they want to be dealt with. Secondly, you're absolutely right. Digital solutions are coming in. People want a prepaid card, a virtual wallet. But we have to remember that the neobanks and the digital solutions, they are focusing on a particular cohort of customers, which maybe not early adopters, but are still technology savvy adopters. People find money difficult. A lot of people are unsure about money. They're uncertain. They want a human touch helping them, guiding them, answering questions, reassuring them, telling them how much they need for where they're going, what sort of mix they need. So we believe that that human touch coupled with technology is the way to serve a huge portion of the market.
Where do you stand on dynamic currency conversion? This, what I think is it's not a scam. It's perfectly legal. It's just not very nice. Where, you pay 3.5% to have a guaranteed exchange rate when you, I, and everybody else knows the whole thing's going through major forex exchanges anyway.
So you're absolutely right. So the dynamic currency conversion, the principle that a customer can choose to either take money in their own currency or in the local currency. And absolutely, frequently customers, are advised to take money in their local currency, where they are. But a lot of people, again, it comes back to comfort and confidence. And a lot of people value convenience and certainty, knowing exactly what's going to be on their bill when they get home. So I think the point here is dynamic currency conversion has a place to play, but it has to be transparent, and we have to make sure that customers understand that the certainty that they're getting comes potentially at a smaller premium. But I think there is a place for it, and we have to accept that not all customers are comfortable about dealing with foreign currency, and they get a lot of uncertainty, and this is a way to give them that certainty that they're craving.
Richard, this is fascinating. Next time we're in London, let's meet up at one of your Travelex places and we can talk more about this, because obviously it's a story that really affects all of us who travel in great deals. Thank you, sir.